A shonen on the outside, but a shoujo on the inside? That, my friends, is exactly what my channel is all about. Welcome to Shonjo. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is officially a shonen, meaning that the intended audience is young men. However, the touching romance and the slice of life have made it popular well outside of this demographic. And it's also a tongue twister to say. But that's exactly why this show stood out to me. It blends the emotional softness and relationship focus of shoujos with the framing and pacing of shonen, meaning this show is the perfect combination of the two things that I love most, shonen and shoujo. I need you to do me a favor right now and go ahead and tap that like button for me, please. Pretty please. All right, so Fragrant Flower is available on Netflix, at least that's where I watched it, and the setup is two rival schools, Kikyo, an all-girls school, and Chidori, an all-boys school. Both sides have their stereotypes about the other. The boys think that the girls are all rich and snobby, and the girls think that the boys are all roughnecks and troublemakers. That starts to shift when sweet Kaoruko is noticed by Rentaro at his family's pastry shop. Now, the two immediately send sparks and confusion into the air, but more importantly, that interaction triggers something in both of them. The way they interact slowly starts to affect how students from both schools see each other. Now, this isn't a cut and dry love story at all. It's more about everyone awkwardly moving through that high school phase together, with our main characters giving us a relationship to really root for. Most anime watchers will watch things that aren't specifically targeted to them. Like me, for example. I love seinen shows, even though I am not the target audience for that demographic genre. So it happens all the time. And many shows end up being, cross demographics. So I have to go all the way back to the OG Sailor Moon. Anytime I can plug in Sailor Moon, I am gonna do that. But Sailor Moon was special in that it was a shoujo targeted towards young girls, but it had shonen level action. So Fragrant Flower showed us the reverse of this, and it really had me locked in, y'all. So I want you to comment right now if you have watched this anime, and if you have, what are your thoughts on the show? Me personally, I love this show, okay? In all honesty, I know that the reception for this show actually has been a bit mixed. For me, I do tend to go a little easier on stories if they have romance, with the exception of one show that I rated a long time ago. So I'm really not that hard to impress if love is involved. Now, what really kind of got me into this show was that Rentaro has a reputation of being scary and mean, yet Kaoruko is not afraid of him at all. Like, that spooks him to the point that, we start to see a change immediately. From the very start of the show, we actually see him saving her from some aggressive boys, and that's the kind of trope I like to see around here. I ain't gonna lie to you. But, then after that, Sister Girl was on his mind all night. It was really unfortunate that she had to be at his rival school, and she also does underestimate the tension that exists between the two schools, so she learns quickly that everybody doesn't have open arms like she does. Now, this show was really a cute watch that I could just, turn my brain off and just soak up the journey. I would recommend this if you want something that is easygoing, and if you're okay with a shonen not having the typical shonen topics. As a closing disclaimer, romance does not automatically make a show a shoujo. That's something that honestly I didn't even really fully understand myself when I started branching out beyond Sailor Moon. I thought, if it's love in the show, it's a shoujo. But that's not true. That's not true at all, actually. And all shonen are not, action-packed or fighting or leveling up or, those kind of shows either. And because of that, a lot of shonen series can feel shoujo-esque, if you will, because of how they handle emotion, relationships, and vulnerability. So Fragrant Flower is a perfect example of that balance. It has a shonen structure with a shoujo heart. And that, my friends, is Shonjo, baby. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This may not have been packaged as a love story, so if you want a recommendation of a show that is, then you should be checking out this video right now, and don't forget to subscribe. When one arc ends, another one begins. See you next time.